Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Industry Connection event today. Thanks, Rich and Jill and Darlene and Kathy, Winston, and everyone at AACT for having us. I'm Jason Goldstein, co-owner of BookTix, and with me is
Hey there, I'm Cassie.
Cassie, who's our Director of Operations. All right, so today we're going to talk about the BookTix Difference and what we mean by that, and showcase our system. We know there's lots of ticketing companies out there. I think I heard at one of the last conferences I was at, there might be like 300 of them. So there's lots of options out there. We're a different flavor. We have a different bend, so we want to show you what we do. About 10 years ago, I was producing, actually, maybe it was longer. It was longer. Well, I was producing a show in New York, and I needed a new ticketing company. I looked at a ton of them. Nothing kind of felt right. So I contacted a friend and said, let's build this ticket system. And then about 10 years ago, we just started to give it away to groups that needed it. And now we're this, international business doing ticketing all over and helping people do their shows. So we want to show you what we do and how we approach it. And we'll take some time to do that, and we can answer all your questions as well.
Awesome. Yeah, so we're going to go through a bunch of stuff today, but really want to focus on and highlight what kind of makes us different, our different approach. We'll cover kind of our company philosophy, really what makes us different. We'll go through pricing. Essentially, you can use our system and make it free to you, which is awesome. So we'll go through that. Our customer support, you've got a really, really great caring team that's available to you and wonderful resources. We've got really feature-rich ticketing system that we're going to review. And we'll talk about also our own integrated streaming platform that we created this year. It's a lot of fun and it integrates directly with our ticketing. And of course, COVID response and innovation, kind of how we helped our clients across the year and how we're continuing to adapt and kind of work through it. Yeah. So Jason, I'm going to pass it off to you to start it up.
Sure. So let's start with our kind of company philosophy. Yes, we have some unique technology, but at the end of the day, people go in, they buy a ticket, they get a ticket, and they go see it. It's really kind of our philosophy that I think puts a feel on what we do. So at the end of the day, we are here to help you. That's the mission of our company. I think great ticket companies have a good balance of how business and technology and the arts kind of come together. And so we put that together, and our focus is, how do we help you succeed? How do we make your shows easier and more efficient, et cetera? So yeah, we put customer service very focused in our plan. The arts are all of our passion, all of our team. They have experience working in theater as well as technology and business. But yeah, so when we set out to build this, and maybe it's because I'm an idealist and my business partner is also an idealist, we're like, we could do something great. We really set out to build something too good to be true and deliver on it. We wanted people at conferences or to do a live demo with us and say, okay, what's the catch here? Something feels off. You guys seem like you're giving this away to us. This is awesome. How could this be? And find a way to monetize that and actually make that work. This is from our website. Imagine a system with the most powerful features that cost you next to nothing. It would be easy to learn, give you free equipment, great support team, and help you through even a small little hiccup. Okay, can we do that? Well, yes, we have. We were founded with, like I said, with this mission to help. I've been an entrepreneur and a producer since I was a little kid. I started my first theater company when I was 9, and strangers were buying tickets by the time I was 14. And back then, I would use cardstock and run it through a sewing machine to perforate the tickets. That's how I would make tickets. But yeah, I've been doing this my whole life. I love making shows happen. And so the idea was, how do we start a business that can do that? We're here to see you succeed. It's so embedded in our organizational culture. And what I mean by that is, if we're deciding on how to do a feature, how to set up pricing, how to work with our clients, and you'll see what we did in terms of our whole streaming platform we built this year. It's always about making your lives easier. we do almost no advertising. I mean, we were a sponsor, a corporate sponsor of AACT, and we do a few things here and there, but really we let the word of mouth amplify our program. And we have extreme loyalty. We have customers that have been with us for almost our entire existence. Like I said, we've been around about 10 years, and you know, they become champions. It's like fans of a sports team. They want to go, hey, can I get a BookTix logo shirt? If we don't have, but so that's been great, and we've been recognized. We are the exclusive endorsed ticketing platform for TRW, for Concord Theatricals, and there's other companies as well. So having them say these guys have figured it out really means a lot for us. All right, so what does it cost? We figured, why don't just start with the piece that everyone's always like, okay, I sit through a 50-minute presentation or 5-hour presentation, and then they go, that'll be $1 million. Well, we'll just hit it on over the head up front, get it out of the way. So basically, we are free. And I know it sounds crazy, but think about how much you spend on ticketing. BookTix is going to be basically free to you. There are no startup fees. There's no monthly or annual fees. There's no tier upgrade fees where, you know, if you want the premier version and the master version, whatever, none of that. There's no software to buy. There's no monthly minimums. You're not locked into service contracts. If you hate us, just leave. Like, you know, you don't have to stick with us for 10 years or something, or 5 years or 2 years, whatever. There's no locked service contracts. There's no electronic payment fees. There's no required equipment to purchase. There's no fees for phone and email support. You can contact us as much as you need. There's no extra fees for special features where we're like, well, if you pay for the premium tier, you get to, you know, do exchanges. None of that stuff. Everything is included in our system. There's no fee for anything extra. There's nothing to negotiate. We don't have, well, you've been with us a while and you do this level of ticketing, we're going to save you money. There's no percentage, none of that. It's just straightforward pricing. We provide, as part of our system, a themed portal, virtual box office. We actually give you an equipment kit. We give you a ticket printer with professional grade ticket stock, a ticket scanner. We also have an app you can use, and we give you ticket stock. When you run out of stock at our expense, we ship you more. We build all your seating maps, as many as you need. There's no charge for seating maps. If you need an extra map or a different black box configuration, we just build those. We build, you know, all the security into the system. We don't hold your data hostage. Like, you have access to all of your patron and ticketing and financial reports. There's a full integrated point of sale tool. We don't take a cut of any advertising you do. There's advertising space on the tickets. We have an emergency hotline we provide for free. There's no extra charge for that. So how do we make our money? I know it sounds like a pipe dream, but how do we make our money? So we charge a per ticket fee, which there's companies out there that do, but ours includes all of the credit card processing. We also have, on the next slide, I'll talk about if you want to bring your own merchant account, but assuming you don't, it includes all the credit card processing for tickets paid by credit card. So we have a fee schedule. Tickets between 10 and 20 bucks, we charge $1.50. Tickets over 20, we raise that. Tickets under 10, we lower that. So in this example, if your tickets are 16, customer pays the $1.50, $17.50. You get the full 16. We take the $1.50. We'll pay any of our costs, the credit card processing, and all of our other expenses, and whatever's left is how we make our money. We're in the volume game. So there you go. If you wanted to hide that fee into your price and eat it, obviously you could do that as well. And then anytime a credit card ticket is sold, that's how it works. For cash tickets, we're going to ding your account a quarter every time you sell a cash ticket, comps a nickel. But remember, that's basically just paying for the stock we sent you. And if you made your door price $1 or $2 higher, you could actually cover those quarters for the cash. But let's look at an example. If you sell 5,000 tickets online at 16 in this case, didn't cost you anything because the customers paid the $1.50 and you got all your money. And then let's say with that, you sold 100 cash tickets at a quarter and 100 comp tickets at a nickel. Okay, big deal. You spent 30 bucks and you're running a full-on professional box office. You know, that's doing all this stuff. So in that case, I would sell an ad on my PDF or raise the ticket price, and now you've covered even at $30. You could also use your own merchant account. A lot of our community theaters want to just have the money directly brought into their accounts, and they have their own merchant accounts already set up. In that case, you can charge your patrons what we call the credit card add-on fee to cover your fees and your processing costs. So you'll pay for tickets 5 or more, 1.5% plus 75 cents a ticket, and tickets under 5, we just charge you the quarter, and the cash and comps are still there at the quarter and nickel. But you could charge whatever you want on top of that ticket. We have this flexible fee, so you could just cover all of our ticket fees and some of your merchant costs. And again, you're using our system for nothing. All right, so that's pricing. Cassie, you want to take a look at talk about customer support?
Absolutely. So I have to say this is the biggest, best part. Even when we survey all of our clients, all of our organizations, their number one favorite thing is our customer support. So we have a really awesome team. We have a bunch of people. We're like a big BookTix family, and we all actually care. So if you're talking to us about your event you're setting up, we're going to bounce ideas back and forth. We're going to help you with it. Where, if there's streams happening, we know who's streaming what, and we're happy to sit and watch. So we really care about our clients and the performances they're putting on. It's a part of our daily life. So it's a really great team that you get access to, and it's extensive availability, day and night, even weekends. You have access to us through email, through phone, through live chat, carrier pigeon. No, not carrier pigeon, but you'll be able to reach us most times of the day. And like Jay said, we're international too, so we have many, many, many hours throughout the day that you can reach us. And we're staffed during shows. We have an emergency on-call staff anytime there is a single show in our system. We know about it, and we've got staff ready to go. We have an emergency hotline you can call if you have an issue. You'll get a live person right away. Talk to them. There's no extra charge for that. This is all included. It's just what we do. Even live chat, hop on a chat with us during your showtime. If you have an issue, maybe you're live streaming and you need help with something, we're here to help you. And we've also got a full help library, both in our ticketing system, in our streaming platform. It's got videos, it's got PDF tutorials and guides. We'll walk you through everything. If it's not good enough and you still need help, you can always pick up the phone and call us and email us. We'll even get into, one-on-one online meetings for a lot of our clients who are streaming. We built stream tests in. We're happy to help walk you through that. And we still have all of our demos we do. We have on-demand live demos, live webinars, lots of ways to reach us and get support. So, but it's definitely one of the best features we've got. But speaking of features, in the ticketing world, we've got a ton of features in our system, and there's so many, we're not even going to go through all of them today. But just to highlight a lot of the popular ones, you can do season packages in our system. You can make it a standard package, 2 tickets to each show in your season, or you can do flex passes, which are, hey, this package is for 4 tickets, use it however you want across, our season shows. You can do items. You can sell things like concessions, registration, cast t-shirts, whatever it is you might want to sell, you can sell it through the system, even if it's not a show. You can get really creative with those, do character breakfast add-ons and, recommended add-on in the shopping cart for your matinee show. Get creative. You can do donations in our show, pre-sale access codes, like a VIP code that you give out prior to your sales going public. Maybe you want to give access to your cast ahead of time or their family members, the crew, something like that. You can use that. You can use our promo codes, dollar, percentage, buy one, get one free. These can be single-use codes, multi-use codes. You have the power to create these in your account, or you can always ask our team to help you. We're here to help you with everything. Like I said, shopping cart add-ons. We do have that point of sale tool built into your ticketing portal. So you can have the ability to have, eventually, again, one day, that in-person box office piece just by opening up your admin portal and using that equipment kit we provide. You can do mobile scanning. You can do regular scanning. Our app will allow you to scan a patron's phone. So it can be contactless. So you can scan that ticket that comes in their email. Contactless ticketing. We have a mobile pass entry system where patrons can check themselves into the event, and there is no exchange of tickets in that. It's wonderful. It's perfect for this kind of returning to in-person situation. We've always had the PDF tickets for any online purchases. You can throw ad space on there, extra revenue for you. For seating, in our seating chart world, you can do reserved, you can do general admission, you can do a hybrid, like a mixture of both. And we'll get into the stream passes too for our live stream system, but you can even mix those in. So you can have a hybrid of your in-person show and your live stream show. You can have a hybrid of general admission, and reserved seating. So there's a bunch of fun stuff you can do in there, and a ton of different reports integrated with our stream passes. We could keep going on and on and on. You can set up departments, but there's a lot of fun stuff you can do in the system, and we're happy to kind of hop into a demo with you if you want some more details on that. Jay, I'm going to pass
Sorry, I
back
accidentally
to you.
clicked on the thing.
No, it's okay. You can hop in. Go ahead.
Oh,
Start on
okay.
streaming.
Let's move to the live streaming,
Yes.
since I clicked on it, I guess. As you know, last year in the spring, lots of shows had to be postponed and canceled. We felt it deeply, as Cassie mentioned. We build deep relationships with our clients, and so we were feeling it. Obviously, financially, we weren't selling tickets, so that was tough. But really, the emotional of knowing how much time and energy you put into these shows and they can't happen. So we said we have to do something. So we decided we're going to get into the streaming world, and we had looked into streaming about 4 years earlier, and what we found was it's impossible. The rights holders would never get on board with this, and it's just not going to work. We thought the idea of when you're doing a show in Kentucky and you have, a relative in Arizona, you could, throw a camera in the back of the house, and for $10 they could watch, a static camera. And the answer was no. But this is a new world, and many of you have probably streamed since that point. But we released in the summer of last year, a streaming platform. And our streaming platform, we wanted it to keep the momentum of your theater program. We wanted to get as many rights holders on board to say yes. We wanted to do it economically, just like our ticket platform. So we just charge $1 to the buyer, and that covers everything. We wanted it to be as awesome as our ticket platform, easy to use, very simple, and figure out a way to help you navigate something complex and build a $50,000 ticket system for free. We wanted to do a streaming platform in the same kind of concept. And so we've been really successful at this. We started streaming, and it really took off. So let's just kind of talk about what live streaming is through our world. The customers will go on, they'll buy tickets through our system, and they're going to get instead of a ticket, they're going to get a unique link. We call those stream passes. They click on that link, and it's a one-time use link. So I mean, one device link. So if I open that, I love this show, and I call up, Cassie and say, Cassie, you got to see this, watch this. And she clicks on it, it knocks me off. The key is about how do you monetize a show? If it lives in like a Netflix world and an on-demand world, then one person can buy the show and then just watch it 100 times and share it. We wanted to create something that still feels like theater and be able to do that. We had to work very closely on how to restrict distribution. And part of that included what they call DRM technology, digital rights management. We have true levels of DRM used by all the major streaming companies, your Netflix and your Amazon Primes and what have you. So it prevents people from downloading the shows and what have you. But the show plays in real time, just like in the theater. Your show starts at 8, goes on and plays at 8. Getting the rights holders on board was tricky because many of the rights for film and television are tied up and what have you. So we had to really find a way to build something that was unique, that would get rights holders to understand that this isn't going to interfere with those rights because of ways to do geofencing, or also if you normally sold 500 tickets to your theater, well, now you have 500 people sitting in their living room watching. What's the difference? And so working on limiting and that kind of stuff. But it's been really great. And although the broadcast is live, a lot of folks have been doing pre-recorded broadcasts as well. So I think that as we transition back for parts of the country where you're just getting back into in-person, finding a balance between streaming and in-person even is kind of cool. This is what it looks like when you click on the stream pass. It just fills out. You click join now, it plays a player. You can collect donations in your program, and it's really easy and awesome to use. And again, there's no sign-up costs, no fees per show. You don't sell any tickets, we don't make any money. We just charge a dollar to the customer, or you could eat that dollar if you wanted as well. We work with all of these companies. We're authorized to stream shows for all of these companies. Some of these we have exclusive relationships with, and that means we're the only game in town to stream. And because we always want to be great and make everyone happy, if you have a show that you wanted to stream, but you are in a contract or you don't want to use our ticketing system, we let you use our streaming platform, even if you're not going to use our ticketing, even though it breaks our heart. Just sell your tickets through your current ticket system, and then you could stream on the BookTix Live platform. But in that case, we charge you $2 a stream instead of $1, because you should have been using our system. But the dollar is really just to kind of cover our costs anyway. But yeah, so it's an honor to be working with these groups. Cassie, why don't you take it away? I think I'm talking a lot here.
Sure. So you have a couple ways to stream if you're using us for streaming. So like many other streaming software or services, you can just connect using software. We always recommend OBS Studio to a lot of our clients because it's free, it's easy to use, it's actually a lot of fun to play with. You can do live streams with that, like a live feed. You can pop pre-recorded videos in there. You can do a mixture of both. It's a lot of fun. So that first option is using streaming software. You're going to just connect, RTMP. You're going to grab your stream key and your input server URL, which if you've streamed before, you've done this, probably just connecting any kind of software, and you're able to stream through our system. So anyone with a stream pass is going to watch that nice secure stream. Or you can use our auto stream tool. Super duper easy. Like it says, simple as 1, 2, 3. You're going to upload your video files to our system. You're going to schedule your auto stream. You do a quick review, make sure it looks good, make sure it sounds good. And then your pre-recorded content is going to play at your scheduled date and time. And you just sit back and monitor it. So both options are very easy to use in our system. You have both at your disposal. If you are using software, it's not just limited to OBS, it's anything that has that ability to recognize those RTMP streaming credentials. You can use Zoom, you can use StreamYard. StreamYard is a lot of fun if you haven't used it. It's like Zoom, but with a lot more fun features. You can set up mobile apps, just pop a mobile device on a tripod and give access. Use something like Larix Broadcaster or something along those lines. But get creative. Most streaming software will work with our system, and it's an easy setup. If you're going to be returning to in-person and you want to offer that live stream piece, either a pre-recorded option while your show is going in person, or you want to set up an equipment kit, and do a live feed, we have an option to rent or purchase that kit through some recommended vendors to make your life easier. Maybe you don't have all of this equipment at your disposal, right? Or maybe you don't want to spend a lot of money and buy all this stuff because you're not going to be offering live streaming forever. We made it easy. Just grab this kit and you can use this for your live stream. And speaking of which, if you're going to be returning to in-person, we always recommend, especially, you're using our ticketing system, keep it in the back of your mind that you can pivot to live streaming at any point in our system because we have that integration between our two systems. So even if you are fully in person, record a dress rehearsal, see if you have the rights to it, because something could happen. You could get closed. You might need to stream that recording that you have. It's happened many times already this far this season. So that ability to pivot back and forth is really important. So in regards to our COVID response and kind of how we've adapted our system, back in the spring, we created this great refund relief program for our clients where everyone was having to refund entire shows. We helped cover the cost for a lot of our clients just to keep them, up and running, and gave them a donation tool for any patrons who had ticket purchases. We're able to convert their orders to a donation and give that back to the organization, which was great. And of course, our biggest feature was BookTix Live that we created. And you can use a lot of the features already in our system if you're returning to in-person, or a couple of our newer features that we've adapted really just for returning to in-person. So we've got hybrid, you can do live seating and streaming all in the same place. you could have your in-person show and stream it and sell those tickets all in the same place. Your patron could buy their in-person ticket and buy grandma live stream ticket all in the same order. It's awesome. And you can exchange between the two. If someone is unable for some reason to go in person and has to live stream, you can exchange them. It's really great the way that's set up. Our social distance seating maps, we've been doing a ton of customized maps with seats blocked out, rows blocked out. We do pod seating, which has become really popular, especially for like outdoor venues. We have a buffer tool that we've started using, so many people have started using recently, that'll add automatic seat buffers on either side, either 2 seats, 3 seats, 4 seat, 1 seat, 2 seat, 3 seat, on either side of the order. It keeps, it's an automated buffer, so you don't have to keep track of that. You can use contact tracing at checkout. You can do our contactless mobile entry system. There's so many ways to help you return safely. And you want to be prepared. You want to be able to have that in-person and streaming option, or maybe you want to do both. There's this seamless integration that's going to make it really easy for you if you do need to pivot for any reason last minute. Yeah, that kind of sums that up. I don't know, Jay, if you have anything else you want to add in regards to any of the
No,
changes.
I know we tried to cover a lot in a half hour, but I wanted to make sure we have some time for questions. But yeah, so that's kind of BookTix, abbreviated. I mean, obviously you could go to booktix.com and booktix.com/live, and we have tons of information there, and we can provide you with, answering all your questions. But let's see what's coming in on the question. All right, do you have any other donor management tools? Obviously, when folks make donations, there's records of all of that come in, and you can track a patron and what they've given over time. So you have data there, I guess.
Yep, you can utilize the donation report throughout. I'm not sure if if that answers the question.
Let's see, do you have the ability for us to set up contact lists for mailings? Yeah, so all of the key is, right, we want to engage audiences and we want to bring them back to new shows and whatever. So what will happen is you can run reports based on the shows and export those, and then use them, connect them to your email marketing software. We felt like we were going to build our own email marketing software, and they're like, why build that when so many of the other companies do a better job, the MailChimps of the world. So you could just export to that. How are exchanges handled? Can customers do it themselves online? Brian, no, they can't do it themselves. They can redeem season tickets and flex tickets themselves online, but for an exchange, you'll add their old tickets to the cart, you'll add your new tickets to the cart, you'll click swap, and it'll put the old ones back in inventory, do all the accounting stuff, and then it'll send them out their new tickets. So super easy. Is there a way to get copies of the slides? Well, the video, I'm sure, Winston, are you going to be posting that someplace? So it'll all be there. I guess you don't really need the PDFs.
So all of this will be on the ACT site, the ACT Facebook page, excuse me. So if you guys are looking for a recording or just a screen capture type thing, that will be found there.
Great. Let's see. Do we have more questions? Maybe in the chat.
Karen, anything from Facebook?
Nope. I do not have any questions there.
Cool. If you have any additional questions, you can always reach out to us through email too, info@booktix.com. Oh, there's one more question.
Yep. Cassie, you want to throw that in the chat, the links and the emails?
Sure.
Let's see. Christine wrote, do you have an app? Yes. So there is a BookTix app. It's used mostly for scanning. But yeah, you could scan tickets using the BookTix app. Is there a pre-show, post-show email option? Do you mean, Sarah, where you can, before the show, send out like a reminder, or post-show, say thank you for coming? Yes. Okay. Not, like I said, we don't. So all the emails that happen within the system are transactional. If you want to do those kinds of things, you can just do the simple export and then do it with, whatever, Constant Contact or MailChimp or whatever you use to do those, so that you can customize those more. but you can just pull the list. All right.
Oh, I just popped a couple more links in the chat for anyone who's interested, just another learn more form. And also if you're interested, we do have some on-demand webinars that might offer a little bit more detailed info on some things you're looking for. You can even join one of our group demos. You can sign up to get a little more in-depth look at the system too.
Absolutely. And this is, like we said earlier, there's no, contracts and stuff. So this is, if you're in a position now, I don't know where you are financially, where you're like, oh, I don't want to sign a 3-year deal with a ticket company that's going to force me to pay X thousands of dollars a year. Maybe this is a time to take a look at us. We can always set up a demo and what have you, so you can see it more in action and look at the reports and how it works and what have you. Also, just to do a quick commercial, we're going to be doing not a BookTix commercial. We're going to be actually doing a professional development kind of thing on how to market your season coming up. What is that, April 30th, I think?
April 30th.
April 30th. So we hope you'll come join us for that. Let's see, another question. Can banners be posted to individual performances, i.e. postponed, sold out, etc.? So yeah, so you have, it automatically switches to sold out when you've sold out, or limited availability when limited. If a show is in private mode before it's on sale, it'll say when it goes on sale. If it's postponed, you can obviously do that. And then there's also what we call client notes, where you can put whatever text you want. So this isn't suitable for, people over 10, or I don't know, or people under 10, or whatever. So you can mark, there's going to be a food drive. Please bring a canned food as you come in, that kind of stuff. So you can always write all that.
Well,
Do you have a minimum number of ticket sales required per year or month? Absolutely not, Christine. That would be terrible to do. Yeah, if you sell 1 ticket or you sell 1 million tickets, it's really whatever you do. We don't want to force you. I mean, obviously, so much of producing and putting on shows is about risk. And what if you develop a show and you want to try to sell them and they don't work out? You shouldn't be stuck having to pay for that. The only minimum we do have is on the streaming. We require that you sell a minimum of 10 tickets. And that's because at 10 tickets, that just covers our costs. So if you sold 2 tickets, we're losing money on that. But at 10 tickets, we at least break even, and you didn't lose anything and we didn't lose anything. So you're just required to pay, for the 10 stream passes, which would be $1 a piece if you're a client of ours. So, yeah.
Well, Jason and Cassie, you covered a lot of territory in a very short amount of time. So I imagine you'll be hearing from some folks who want to get into the deep of it. But thank you very much for offering this service and for providing our membership with information as they get ready to go back on stage, hopefully soon. But also some of your solutions will work for those hybrid models that we're looking at as well. So I encourage everybody to join us again April 30th. And for those of you who have not signed up for ACT Fest 21, there's going to be tons and tons of workshops during the festival and terrific shows and terrific people that you're going to meet. So we encourage you to register for ACT Fest 21 as well. But thanks, Jason. Thanks, Cassie. I look forward to your next webinar.
Thanks
Thank
for having
you.
us. We loved
Okay.
being here.
Take care,
Thank
guys.
you so much.
Bye-bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.